G'day folks, Scott Kompo-Harms from QFVG here with another advocacy update. To say that the last month has been a challenge is a complete understatement. We know that you've been struggling with increased fuel and fertiliser costs and availability. We also know that things like plastics are becoming more expensive and harder to get as well. We know that these things are starting to affect decisions about whether to plant, whether to harvest, or in some cases, whether to actually keep growing at all. We know that retailers have been varied in how they're dealing with supplier requests to increase prices to cover these extra costs. Some have been good, others have been less so. We're not sure about what has been happening in the wholesale markets, and if you've had any issues there, we'd encourage you to talk to us. But all of this is why we are encouraging all levels of government to not just provide commentary, but to provide real tangible steps that are going to help you. We want to see the federal government provide disaster relief style payments, and we want to see the state government extend a payroll tax exemption and a pause to help you out and to keep your businesses running. On the subject of payroll tax, we know that payroll tax is a big pressure point for growers at the best of times. Labour is your biggest input cost, and payroll tax just adds to that. I've written to the Treasurer, David Janetsky, and the State Revenue Commissioner to talk about reports that we're hearing of a heavy-handed compliance approach by the Queensland Revenue Office, particularly around regional tax discount settings. We believe that an education-first approach and not the big stick is what the Queensland Revenue Office needs to be doing, especially at a time like this when growers are under financial stress. I've also written to the Treasurer to ask for a review of the regional tax discount settings, because we know that these are not working for our industry. A policy that's based on lines on a map is always going to throw up some inconsistencies. And one of the clear things that we're worried about is that growers on one side of the boundary get a discount and others don't. You might be growing the same crops, but your neighbour might be getting a leg up purely as a result of a line on a map, and we don't think that's fair. So we're asking the state government to review those settings to ensure fairness for our industry. In my last advocacy update, you'll recall that I mentioned the Horticulture Code of Conduct. In the last couple of weeks, QFVG partnered with Bundaberg fruit and vegetable growers and Lockyer Valley growers to hold some grower meetings with the reviewer, Chris Leptos. Chris has said to me that he really appreciated the opportunity to hear directly from growers about whether the code was useful and how it could be made better. QFVG put in a submission to the review, and these were some of our key themes. Growers want more transparency in pricing, not just after the fact, but in real time to give them predictability. We need clear and simple produce agreements. In too many cases, there's something you sign and set and forget. And HPAs need to make clear who is doing what and when, and they need to clearly show who is bearing the risks between traders and growers. The review team will be putting out an interim report around June, and we'll be closely awaiting those results. I'd just like to wrap up with some final comments. I've really appreciated growers reaching out to me directly. We can only be your voice effectively if you tell us the things that are affecting you. So please, email us qfvg@qfvg.com.au, call our office or speak to any of our staff directly, because we want to hear what's affecting you. We will listen, we will act, and we've always got your back.